In our culture, we're taught to be humble. In business, humility is keeping us broke. And I don't mean humble like have good character. I mean humble like the good girl script. The good girl script is the script that says, don't be too loud, don't talk about money, do not promote yourself too much, don't make people uncomfortable, don't be too confident, don't take up too much space, and don't act like you know that you're good at what you do. And that good girl script, it might keep you respectable, but it will absolutely kill your business because the US market doesn't reward the best kept secret. It rewards the woman who's clear, who's consistent, and the woman who's unafraid to claim her value. And the reason I'm making this video is because I see too many immigrant women doing amazing work, but they do it quietly. They're quietly over delivering. They're quietly helping everybody. They're quietly being the nice one. And then they look up like, why am I not getting paid what I deserve? So today we're going to name the good girl script. We're going to call it out, and then I'm going to show you what to do instead without turning into somebody that you barely recognize. Let's talk more about the good girl script. The good girl script, it makes you palatable to some people. It does not make you get paid. And let's name it clearly. The good girl script is when you've been trained to believe that being liked is safety, being quiet is maturity, being humble is morality, being professional, it means basically that you're being invisible. And it also teaches you that asking is begging, selling is annoying, and confidence is arrogance. And God forbid you're too direct, you're considered rude. And immigrant women, let's be real, a lot of us were raised on respectability as survival, not just good manners, survival. And the message was don't embarrass the family. Don't give people a reason to talk about you. Do not be messy. Don't be loud. Don't draw too much attention to yourself. Because in many immigrant households, being good, it often means being quiet. But in business, quiet means that you're invisible. In immigrant households, being good often means being quiet. In business, being quiet means invisible. Now, here's the tricky part. You can be a good person and still need visibility. You can be humble and still need to sell. You can be kind and still need to charge. The issue in this case is not really your character. It's not your character at all. The issue is the script that is running in the background while you're trying to build in a market that rewards clarity. Let me put this in real life. You guys know I've said it in my videos many times. I'm Haitian. I've lived in America a long time. And Haitian daughter pressure is a very specific kind of pressure. But even if you're not Haitian, if you're an immigrant woman, Caribbean, African, Latin American, Asian, Middle Eastern, there is often this common theme. You were trained to be responsible, accomplished. You were trained to be controlled. You were trained to be respectful. You were trained to be not too much. That can be beautiful. Immigrant women often have discipline. We have grit. We know how to survive. We know how to work. But there is a hidden problem. The hidden problem is that you learn to become the kind of woman who can handle anything, but you don't learn how to be the kind of woman who can market herself without guilt. So what do? You do incredible work, but you do it quietly. You solve problems quietly. You build systems quietly. You help people quietly. And then you wonder why your bank account doesn't match your skill level. And a lot of immigrant women take that personally. And they think Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe people don't value me. Maybe my industry is saturated. And I'm like, no, no, sis, that's not it. Sometimes you're just whisper marketing. You cannot build a profitable business with a don't bother anybody mindset. And here's a moment that clicked for me. I had seasons when I relied heavily on word of mouth and referrals in my business. And I stayed behind the scenes because it was comfortable and I was getting paid anyways. I was letting my work speak for itself. And that sounds noble, right? But here's what I noticed. People would hire me and still not understand the full range of what I do. They would say things like, wait, you do funnels too? Wait, Webley, you do strategy too? You do copy too? Wait, you can fix automations too? And I'd be sitting there like, it's on my website. It's in my content. It's literally what I do. But then I had to face the truth. They did not miss it. I did not market it clearly enough. I was making it too easy for people to overlook me because I didn't want to feel like I was bragging. That is the good girl script. And once I saw that, I realized something that changed my business and changed me. If people don't know what you do, they cannot pay you. If they don't understand your value, they will not prioritize you. If they don't hear you clearly, they will spend that money with someone louder. So hiding isn't humility. It's a leak in your business. So let's break down the actual ways that the Good Girl script, it kills your business. First, you don't say what you do clearly. You say, I help people, I support, I am passionate about. That's not marketing, that's vibes. The US market wants clarity. What do you do? What do you help with? Who is it for? What outcome do you create? Because people do not buy passion, they buy outcomes, period. Number two, you don't promote consistently. You post when you feel ready. You post when you feel like it. You disappear when you feel imperfect. But business is not built on bursts. It's built on repetition, on showing up. Number two, you price like you're apologizing. Oh God, I did that. You undercharge. You discount quickly. You explain your price like you're on trial. You say a number, then you start talking fast, adding bonuses, shrinking, and then justifying. And then the client feels it. They feel your uncertainty. Another thing is you avoid the ask. You give value and then you hope that people will figure it out. But the US market is not built on hits, it's built on clarity. If you do not say, here's what I offer and here's how to work with me, people will consume your content and then they will keep it moving. Number five, you take discomfort as a stop sign. You assume that if this is something that feels uncomfortable, it must be wrong. No, sometimes discomfort means that you're growing. The market doesn't reward hits, it rewards the woman who can say, here's what I do, and here's how to work with me. This is where immigrant women get stuck because culturally, many of us were trained to believe that talking about yourself is prideful and money talk is rude. Being loud is low class. Confidence should be quiet. You should be grateful. You should not be demanding. But the US business world, it runs on positioning, it runs on repetition, it runs on visibility, it runs on offers, and it runs on sales conversations. It runs on proof and sometimes even storytelling. most of the time storytelling. It also runs on being known for something. That's why you will often watch someone who's less skilled make more money, not because they're better, but because they're louder about what they do. And I need immigrant women to hear this without shame. You don't need to become arrogant. You just need to become visible. Your ancestors didn't survive so you could play small in a marketplace that rewards boldness. Now, let's talk about professionalism. A lot of immigrant women were taught that professionalism means you don't show emotion, don't be too direct, don't talk about money, don't say hard truth, don't make people uncomfortable, don't take too much space. But in business, professional should mean clear, reliable, consistent, decisive, great boundaries, um, communicates value well, does what she says that she is going to do. Now, some of you are so committed to professional that you become forgettable, not because your work is forgettable, but because your marketing is. Professional doesn't mean invisible. Professional just means that you're clear. Whew. Oh, I have a cold and my voice is a little funny today, but let's continue. Here's what I had to unlearn. I had to stop confusing confidence with arrogance. I had to stop confusing visibility with attention seeking. And I had to stop confusing selling with begging, or boundaries with disrespect, or being direct with being too much. So the moment that I start speaking like an authority, my business shifted. It didn't shift overnight, but it's a consistent shift that is happening. Because when you speak like you believe yourself, people feel that. And immigrant women, listen, you already have discipline. You already have resilience. You already have ethic. What you need now is permission from yourself to be seen. Your work ethic isn't the problem. Your visibility is. Now, let me give you practical shifts that don't require to become someone else. The first thing, you can say the offer out loud daily. Once per day, practice one sentence, because when you hear yourself saying it, you say, here's what I help with, and here's how you can work with me. It's not a long version. It's not a complicated version. It's just a clean version. And then use receipts. When you use receipts, you're not bragging. You don't have to brag. You share outcomes that you help people get. Here's what we fixed. Here's what changed. Here's what the client walked away with. That is not arrogance. That is clarity. That's proof. And then stop the whisper marketing, because if you post once and expect sales, you're still in the good girl mode. Okay, repetition is not something that is annoying. Yes, it can feel annoying for you because you think that people are tired of hearing from you. Trust me. I'm learning that more and more showing up on YouTube, because when I look at my analytics, I see that over, I think 60% of people who watch my video are people who've never heard from me. So, sis, repeat yourself. Your repetition is not annoying. Repetition is how people learn. Repetition is how people find out about you. And then price without apologizing. Stop explaining your price like you're guilty. Say it like it's normal, because it is. On low energy days, don't disappear. Hit your minimum. And I know you've heard me talk about minimum viable. Hit your minimum. One post, one story, one comment, one email, one follow up. Because when you keep going, that consistency, it will compound. And then stop waiting to feel ready. If you wait for confidence, you'll be waiting forever. Confidence is built by repetition. If you don't believe me, go watch my video day 1. It's called Who Silenced Her? And you will see what I mean by that. Repetition isn't annoying, it's how trust is built. If you're an immigrant woman building a business in America, I want you to remember this. Your culture taught you discipline. Your culture taught you resilience. Your culture taught you respect. Now, business is asking you to add one more thing, that you advocate for yourself. That doesn't make you arrogant, it makes you effective. So here's the new script for you. I can be humble and visible. I can be respectful and direct. I can be kind and expensive. I can be immigrant and bold. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the good girl rule that you're done following? And for those new here, I'm Webley. I show up here daily, imperfect on purpose, to give immigrants, Black women, the proof that you can reclaim your voice, keep the tech drama, and build a bold life online. If you're ready to stop shrinking and start building your legacy, hit subscribe, because I'll be back tomorrow with more. Merci en pile, and I will see you tomorrow.